So now that the Hornet's Nest dev server has been opened, it's time to take a look at the various vehicles being introduced in the new update. And we're going to start off by looking at the Harry Hopkins Mark 1, aka the Light Tank Mark 8, which is coming to the British tech tree at Battle Rating 2.3, Rank 2, in the South African line. So much like the Scimitar and Fox in the later tiers. And the biggest difference between this and the Tetrarch, the earlier light tank in the British tech tree, is the additional armour, which now maxes out at 38mm for the hull front and the turret front. And this is well sloped, especially on the hull front, so it is pretty damn well protected, especially against autocannon fire and lower velocity weapons at a distance. The side bits here are only 14mm, but due to sloping they're still pretty well protected, but less well protected than the middle of the hull front. And unfortunately the turret face is just flat, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. And of course the flanks are not particularly well armoured, so for the hull it's 14 to 10mm for the sides and rear. The turret's a little bit better at 16mm, and it is a bit sloped around the sides and rear, but it's still not going to be particularly great. And the roof is very badly armoured, only 4mm thick, so enemy aircraft are going to have a field day with this vehicle. While the engine deck is only 7mm thick, a little bit better, but still, you're going to lose your engine to enemy aircraft pretty easily. Thankfully, it still retains the excellent 2-pounder 40mm gun, so you've got your AP shell, APC-BC shell, armour-piercing high velocity, and an APHE shell. So you want to use the APHE shell against the flanks of enemies and for doing massive post-penetration damage, while your other shells provide better pure penetration power. And it's got a reload rate of 3.6 seconds stock, vertical guidance of -15 to +25, and a targeting speed of 9.5 degrees in horizontal and 8.4 degrees in the vertical when stock. And it has got a vertical gun stabilizer. And it also comes with a coaxial 7.62mm machine gun, 10 smoke grenades being fired from this part of the turret, and your gunner's got 1.9 to 3.5 times zoom. Then moving on to speed, it's got a top speed of 29.7 miles per hour going forward on 5 gears, but only 2.7 miles per hour in reverse on 1 gear. So reversing is going to be a bit of a problem with this vehicle, but it does have a pretty decent top speed overall. And lastly, you've got a crew of 3, your driver down here in the hull, and your loader and commander in the turret. And it also comes with your standard camouflages that can be unlocked or bought. So we're going to take this out for a quick test drive just to see how it performs. So we're going to show off the turret traverse first. And as you can see, it's not the fastest in the world. That might be a little bit of a problem, but it's not the slowest either. But like I say, could be much better. Definitely better on some other vehicles. And we're going to take a pot shot at this Panzer II. So the first shot got stuck on the turret ring, taken out the commander and done a bit of damage to the other crew, and that shot takes it out. And we'll fire at this ammo storage. Haven't taken it out in the first shot, taken it out in the second. So we'll test its top speed in just a second over there. We'll fire the smoke grenade. So as you can see, it comes out of the right side of the turret there. And this is pretty fast accelerating. We're already up to our top speed before even hitting the bridge. Obviously the bridge does slow us down quite a bit. Just going to get it back up to its top speed and test the braking on this vehicle. And this is the reference model, so this is the model with all of the upgrades already unlocked. Seems to have come to a stop pretty quickly. And there is your god-awful reverse speed, so definitely not something you want to be relying on. And the turning speed, if you need to turn the tank or want to speed up turret rotation, not the fastest in the world, but not the worst either. Definitely helps the turret turn if you're going the same direction. And then the turret rotation, if you're going the opposite direction, yeah, the turret can't actually keep up with the rotation of the tank. So something to bear in mind when using it. And here is your driver view. So that is the Harry Hopkins Mark 1. And all in all, this seems to be a pretty decent light tank for the British tech tree. It's got pretty decent armour, it's got a very good top speed. Like I say, the reverse speed is a bit of an issue, and that roof armour is also going to be a bit of an issue. And of course, any regular tanks are going to be able to go through your frontal armour, but it's decently well protected against small caliber weapons. And using your top speed, you should be able to easily flank enemies or cap points, and just generally cause a lot of havoc for the enemy. So yeah, definitely glad this vehicle's been introduced in the next update, and definitely one I need to unlock when I go back through the lower tiers of the British tech tree. Anyway, that was a quick video looking at the Harry Hopkins Mark 1. Hopefully you'll join me for the next one. I've been Tyranno, and I'll see you next time.